Well, you can see the second part of my visit to Tuvain, the Volvo factory, later on in the show, but now we're going the other way around the globe. We're going down south for Tim's trip to Lyon, to a Renault launch that the press said was probably the most spectacular event they've ever seen in truck launch history.
Well, they said that because it probably was. It was very, very spectacular indeed. I've seen a lot of launches in my time, and I've got to admit this is one of the best. But you can understand it. Renault weren't just launching one model, they were launching a whole new range.
The amount of time and effort that's spent on this, let alone money, suggests to me this must be one of the trucks to see in 2013.
Using an incredible mix of music, lighting and immense stage setup, it was something more reminiscent of an epic music event rather than a commercial vehicle launch. It soon became apparent why the set was so big, because it was actually covering up many of the new vehicles for a really flamboyant reveal that absolutely wowed the 5,000 strong audience.
What a mind-blowing show, absolutely phenomenal. But it's not just one model they're launching, it's actually a whole new range.
There's the long-haul T-Cab, the largest vehicle in the lineup. The K&C range for the construction industry. And the new vehicles in the D or distribution lineup. And all have the same design flair that we have come to expect from this French marque, as well as great attention to detail, as we can see on this T-range display model.
Obviously this is a split cab setup, and this is the top of the range cab. We've got the flat floor and the highest roof possible. But let's have a look at some of the driver comforts that you're going to get in here. First of all, you have a nice fridge available for the driver here. Putting that away. Then the bottom bunk you can pull out ever so slightly, gives you an extra 3 or 4 inches, making it a lot more comfortable. And on top bunk you can actually extend it out, again good for storage. All in all, great attention to detail.
Although the majority of trucks we see on our roads are the long-haul models and the smaller D delivery vehicles, a key area for Renault are the vehicles that spend much of their time driving off the roads.
Now, most of us are familiar with construction vehicles. Well, that's not enough for Renault, for they've got construction and then they've got heavy construction.
Built to tackle the harshest of environments, these Euro 6 beasts range in power from 380 to 520 horsepower and have a super tough drivetrain to make sure deliveries are made whatever the conditions.
Here I have with me is Gino Costa, the Managing Director of Renault Trucks in the UK. Gino, an Italian selling French product in England, the UK. How did that happen?
Well, I think it probably comes from my professional career. I've been spending 34 years now around the world selling trucks, basically. Today we have the launch of this fantastic range, but it's a great time also for UK market, according to me, because it's a very dynamic market. It's a very dynamic economy. So it is definitely ahead in the European economical trends, and it is moving forward.
You must be proud. I mean, what do you think is going to have the most impact on the UK market in your product lineup?
Oh yes, I am extremely proud. I am extremely proud because it comes from a long history, 119 years of history of this brand, but with a very, very new technology today. And I think that it furtherly enhances what is already, I think, renowned as a strong point of Renault Trucks, which is the fuel efficiency. It is this technology, this project, is terribly focused on fuel efficiency, on aerodynamics. And I think that is extremely important for UK professional haulers who are so tight in their cost and results, of course. So every single liter, even better than gallon, liter of fuel has a massive impact on their results.
Yeah, and you've got a whole, not just one vehicle, but a whole range. It must be a challenge to the network. Is the dealer network ready for it?
I think it is going to be ready, but it will be a big challenge, as you said, for us to prepare them, prepare ourselves first of all, to prepare our network, and for them to really be able to exploit the values of this network, to make the customers on board on these new technologies, on these new values, on this new style as well.
Our first look at the new Renaults here in Lyon are very impressive, but in the end only time will tell how they fare out in the field. Having said that, they shouldn't have too many problems. As you can see behind me, they've got a great old heritage of building commercial vehicles.
Tim, that looked, the opening looked absolutely incredible, like an Olympic Games.
Well, it was along those sort of scales, unbelievable. And as you say, typically French, very creative, very different, and I really enjoyed it. The opening sequence went on for over an hour.
No, looked very spectacular. We can find out if the truck itself is spectacular to drive next week, because we sucked in behind the wheel for the first of our road tests. I'm going to take a quick break now, but when we come back, we've got the second part of my Volvo factory visit. And also, we've been chatting to some of the drivers here, getting their views on a few points. And they don't mince their words, do they?
We picked some good people for it, because certainly they don't miss the words, and they've got some really good views, and they're quite right as well.
Yeah, we'll see you in a bit.